Hey guys, I am back, and life's been a bit hectic recently with exams, and we also got to cast the OC Regional Finals last weekend. But I'm on holidays, and I'm keen to bring you guys more Unite content. Now, as usual, if you'd like to see any of the action live, we do stream 3 times a week on Twitch, so make sure to follow us there too. Alright, for the new season, I've actually picked up Cinderace again. Now, for someone that hasn't played Cinderace in probably 2 or 3 seasons, this Pokemon actually feels really good climbing to Masters this season. Especially going up against some of the new Pokemons like Leafeon and Umbreon, I find that it's really great. Now, the build I like to run on Cinderace is Muscle Band, Rapid Scarf, and Scope Lens, and we'll talk a little bit about it throughout the video of why this is my preferred set. I also prefer to use Blaze Kick and Flame Charge as the moveset, so let's get into it. So, Reboot doesn't really have the best gank potential compared to the other, I guess, junglers. You don't really get your move until level 7 here, your Blaze Kick, so you really need to just play a little bit safer at the gank. Now, we get a really lucky pick on that Zeraora here, but like, Water Bear just runs through us. It's really hard going against a Pokemon with such good gank potential when you're still a little Reboot without Blaze Kick. And I should probably have moved more towards my tier 2 pad there. Now, just really unfortunate the Urshifu gets a 3k here. But there's really not much you can do. I'm just looking to get my level 7 as early as possible. And yeah, let's talk about Blaze Kick and why I prefer that over Pyro Ball. I think Blaze Kick is just so much more versatile. You know, not only does it stun the enemy, it also increases your attack speed by like 65%. It also allows you to reposition as well, so if you didn't know, after you Blaze Kick, you can actually select I guess a direction to dash into or jump out of the Blaze Kick into. So it's a great reposition tool, whereas Pyro Ball is just a lot of damage, but you don't really get that stun or position on them. So definitely, I guess, if you guys are looking to start Cinderace as well, try Blaze Kick first. It's very good, especially against like counters into like a Zeraora that just dives you, or an Urshifu that just runs at you. It's great to stun them and maybe get out of the way and reposition behind your defender. Speaking of Zeraora as well, is, you know, you do notice that they're going the Spark move. Normally Zeraoras that go Spark, they also go Wall Charge, which is a significant problem for Cinderace, because once that Wall Charge locks onto you, you can't get out of it. Unless you're running Feint, which is the other moveset to Flame Charge. In this game, I do run Flame Charge, but Feint is also a great move in my opinion, just for Pokemons that, like, you really can't counter if they lock onto you. It really just, because you have invincibility frames for like 0.7 seconds using Feint, you can really get out of those tough situations. I just picked Flame Charge here because we have double defenders here, and I'm just hoping to, you know, push that Wall Charge on my defenders, and hopefully they can tank it for me while I do a lot of damage from the back line. Now, we do break the bottom gold zone here, which is fantastic. It was actually a really good fight taking down that Urshifu and also the Zeraora there. We get that first Regirock. I'm looking for level 9 here. Level 9 is when Cinderace gets its Unite move. Ever since the buff to the Unite move, it's now unstoppable. So it actually is pretty good now. It used to be, you know, quite a hard move to pull off if you're in the middle of, you know, a team fight, because you can get it cancelled so easily. But the fact that it's unstoppable now means that it's a really good secure tool. And you can see I'm looking to Unite here. Don't forget, the Unite move also increases your attack speed, and you just become a turret at the end of the day. We are lucky to have a Comfy on our team. One of the randoms did choose to go Comfy, so it does feel very good to just have that extra, you know, focus band, if you can call it that, on that Cinderace with that Comfy healing as well. I'm just looking to push. The main thing is I am saving my Flame Charge and possibly my Blaze Kick as well, just to get out of maybe like a Future Side Shock, or even the Urshifu dive and stuff like that. You have to be a little bit careful when you're playing Cinderace, because it is quite squishy, especially if you are up in that front line. If, for example, your defenders aren't there with you, it's very important that you save that move there, just to make sure you get out of the way. We get a nice 40 down at the bottom. They don't have pad yet. And here you go. You can see, I realized they are running Wild Charge, but luckily in this scenario, Comfy was on me, so I was able to survive that engagement. Normally, I think if you just Cinderace and the Wild Charge Zero like locks onto you, it's pretty much just GG's there. You're going back home to respawn very soon. So the other thing that's good on Cinderace as well, is that like passive Blaze ability. When your HP is, I guess, underneath that 50% mark, you do get that increased attack speed and also damage as well for about 30 seconds. So that's really, really good because it sometimes gets you out of the tough situations there. Alright, so yet again, no one's really contesting bottom here. We're just going to quickly do this. Now, Zeraora does manage to make a dive here. I just get that. I didn't realize the Urshifu was going to come so quickly. And unfortunately, they're just going to run through me. I probably should have united there in hindsight just to live. But that's going to be a wipe for them. So even though we got that bottom Reggie, it seems like, you know, we did not really gain too much experience because we just gave it right back to them. Slowbro wasn't at the bottom there, unfortunately, so it wasn't really the best for us to, or I guess, get knocked out. You can see here, I quickly use my Blaze Kick to stop that Zeraora from wall charging me and take it down before it gets to do that. We get the top, which is really good. I'm now looking to just get my 13. Flame Charge Plus is pretty decent as well because it means that your next auto attack does slow the enemy for a little bit. So it just gives you that extra, I guess, chance to get out of some of the engagement. Like, I think to primary play Cinderace really well, you really need to just stay behind as much as possible. Now, I unite here trying to save some of my teammates, and look at that, Zeraora's unite move just locks onto me. I quickly eject to get out, but it's pretty much over for this top gold zone for us. I just, you know, try to get a pick here. Look at that on the Urshifu, but there's really no point of me standing on gold zone. There's no way I can out damage and take down like 3 people by myself. Comfy comes back. And look at this, we're trying to push back here. Just holding down that A button, you just do so much damage if they don't target you. And I think that's with a lot of like junglers as well, right? If the enemies don't target you, you just get free damage and free, I guess, shred on the enemy team here. And look at this, we're just trying to salve them off that wild Pokemon. We hit 14, sorry, and that's really, really good for us. We do want that 14-15 mark because every time we use Blaze Kick, the damage output, the attack speed buff, it's just pretty incredible. I look to take the jungle buffs here as well, because at the end of the day, I want to have that level lead on that jungler, you know. The more damage I can do, the less damage they can do, it's just going to be great. Umbreon actually unites here, but none of our shields, so it's kind of wasted. Comfy actually had to unite there to keep me alive. That was very, very good on their part. I wanted to hold onto my unite move, because it is still not really yet for Rayquaza. But being able to survive there because of Comfy is huge for us, because I would have had quite a long, you know, death timer. So we get that Regirock one more time, and it is, you know, Rayquaza time. Here, I'm just trying to hope that Comfy jumps on me. I was in a call with Jojo King, so I was like, please, please keep me alive. I wanted to make sure that I was able to output as much damage as possible, being that level 15 as well. Now, we are, I guess, it is a close game in the end of the day. Now, Zeraora pick was massive from us. The Gardevoir missed a unite on us, and we managed to take them out as well. Now I'm just looking to unite to just clean up the bottom fight here. Umbreon comes in. I use my unite move to try to get that unstoppable. We find the Eldegoss at the back and take them out. That's going to be a KO streak of 3. And, you know, at the end of the day, we just have 4 people down, and I was like, you know what, let's just try to rip this. I actually did not realize the Gardevoir was still up and running. I was just looking to kind of tunnel vision a little bit on this Rayquaza. And you know what was the worst thing is they actually get this, and I felt so bad because shredding it probably wasn't the play, especially with the Gardevoir available. And I don't think we managed to get too much CC on that Pokemon. And here it's just trying to break their shields, because when you're, you know, when you lost the Rayquaza and they're going to counter score, the only thing you can do is try to break as many as possible, knock out as many Pokemon as possible, and we look to just counter score here. There's only 36 seconds left, and I was like, you know what? This is still possible. There's 3 down. We look to take down people as much as possible. I think I made the call to say that let's just try to take them down before we try to score, because Umbreon is going to be a huge problem here. Luckily, we do get a really good Blaze Kick here to stun them and manage to take them out. And it's just going to be the Eldegoss, which means, you know, Zoroark gets a dunk here. And Gardevoir is just going to be pretty easy to shred when they miss their unite. And with 8 seconds left, we get a massive 100 dunk as well. And that's going to seal us the game. So a very, I guess, good counter push from us there. It's not always easy when you lose the Rayquaza, but, you know, the fact that Gardevoir didn't get to score. I don't think any of them got to score with the Ray Shield, actually. Zeraora did get like 12 at the bottom, but it wasn't really enough to overcome the 100 and I think 24 that we had up top as well. And there we go, a comfortable win there, 170 points gap. We get 15 KOs there and 149 doing more than 40% of the damage. And look at this, I think running Cinderace into with a team like double defender was actually very lucky, especially with a comfy as well, because like if the frontliners just zone out the enemy team and the Gardevoir just does not look at me, or the Urshifu looks at the, you know, the rest of your team, you can just hold down your A button and just like pivot around the back line and do so much damage. So give Cinderace a try. I think it's fantastic. Let me know how it goes, and I hope you guys enjoy the video.